GMGP, good morning, good people. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to wake up with us. You're sick. You're sick in the head. There's a lot of fantasy football shows out there, but I promise y'all, they not like us. Brock Bowers, you looked a little quicker than fast. What does that even mean? Redraft, dynasty, best ball, high stakes, we got you covered.
And that's MVS and Justin Watson.
With some of the dopest tools designed to help you cancel out the noise and dominate your leagues.
If there's a white wide receiver named Antoine, sign me up.
Maybe it's cultural. I don't know. In season or off season, rain, sleet, hail, and snow,
comma, semicolon, period, next sentence.
to bring you the most actionable and entertaining content on YouTube. You don't go buy the dip on the Titanic.
Quarterback that you love, D-Bro. One of the best values in fantasy football.
Prop bets with my man JayRich.
Yes! Let's go!
So wipe the crust out of your eye, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake y'all asses up with Ray
And Jay.
in the morning.
My God.
How good is
Dude.
he? How good is he? Let's get it, baby. GMGP. It is Monday, August 2025. We are in football season officially. I don't believe we will have another Thursday without football until like 2026, man. I am pumped. Let me drop the air horns. It's time to go. JayRich. We got a big guest in the building, but we got a lot of big-ish we got to talk about. We got the people in the building, and we got a long-time viewer, first-time live guest, Mike in the building, GMGP, long-time listener, first-time live. Super stoked to be here. Let's freaking go. I see y'all at the beginning of the chat. I'm not going to acknowledge any of the talk about when we start. I don't know why y'all do this shit every single day. Y'all do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are on time every time, baby, right here on the channel. If you're new, we have a good time. Hit the thumbs up button, like the content, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of dope stuff dropping over here, right here. Big Jimbo talking about big over. I'm not listening to it, Jimbo. I don't want to hear it. Styley in the building. Cold World TDE. Anthony West, you know what the deal is, baby. On time 60% of the time. Brandon in the building. Marty, Marlon, Allen. We got Richie. I saw my girl Joe in the building, and y'all know good and damn well. JayRich, we don't start a show until when? Who's in the building?
Jorge, baby.
Jorge from Rhode Island. JayRich, air horns. Jorge is here. We can officially start the show. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Preseason week 2, almost a wrap. We've got Cincinnati and Washington tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. Mr. Richards, how are you, my friend? How you doing, big dog?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I had a great weekend of doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was telling you pre-show, I don't know how many more weekends I got left where I just sit in front of the computer and watch sports sun up to sundown. But that is all I did this weekend. So I'm very excited to be here with you. Very excited to be here with our special guests. And just very excited to talk some football, man. I thought we had a great weekend in terms of players we wanted to see perform well. And some guys we were expecting some things from, but very excited to be here. Very happy the people are tuned in and tapped in for what's going to be a great show.
Yeah, we got some KLS talk right here. Mekik Buka over Matthew Golden. I'm sure we will do our fair share of Would You Rathers. And yeah, Joe, hey, we talked about KLS on the show right after the draft. We have been here. JayRich, the text. Hey, Jay, this KLS looks all right. He looks okay. He looks okay. But we got a lot to talk about. But Jay, before we bring our guest in, there was some big injury news of sorts. Very big, because this is a player who will be very impactful for us for fantasy football. I don't care the format. I don't care the league. We are all counting on Miami Dolphins running back Devon Achane to be there for us, Jay. And what was the news or the rumor or the injury that was reported on Devon Achane?
Well, luckily for us, they're giving us the hockey injury. So it's the lower leg injury for Devon Achane that's being reported. So we don't know exactly how much time he's going to miss or how severe the injury is, but we're expecting it to be a soft tissue injury, which is not good because, of course, the usage he gets and the position that he plays, that soft tissue injury can always be re-aggravated, but we'll see. Obviously, it's not good. There is some time still till the season, but you never want to see a running back being drafted as high as Devon Achane is getting injured preseason. Ray, what are your thoughts on Achane and kind of how do you feel about the situation?
I mean, didn't Mike McDaniel say he's going to be out a matter of days to weeks? Like that was the, like it could be days, it could be weeks.
Yeah, days and weeks. So thanks, Mike. A lot of help there.
I don't.
He did say he's not concerned about availability for week 1, though.
McVay also said he wasn't concerned about Stafford's back, and he was supposed to be throwing about 3 weeks ago, and he's still not on the field. We're supposed to get an update there. I'm a little concerned. The closer we get to the start of the season, hell yeah. I don't want to hear a running back we're taking at the top of the second round in redraft having soft tissue injuries when he only played, like we've known Achane to get banged up at times. He's not a really big running back. He's incredibly talented, but no, I don't want lower leg, soft tissue injuries, whatever that may be, that can keep you out a matter of days to weeks. This offensive line looks like it's going to be a problem in Miami. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit today. Like, I want to hear he's good to go and ready to roll, not dealing with something that can keep him out days to weeks. We'll get D-Bro's thoughts on this one. You moving him at all based on this, or do you still take him? Some people are saying he could fall to the 4th round now because of this news.
I don't think 4th round sounds realistic, but I think, maybe he falls out of the 2nd. Maybe people prefer Kyren Williams because we know how much people love Kyren Williams, especially on YouTube.
Don't get started.
But I think maybe there is a world where if he's not healthy, people do have some concerns. I think dropping past the 2nd round feels a little bit much. Like, are you taking Chuba Hubbard or Devon Achane? Are you really taking Kyren Williams ahead of Devon Achane simply because of a soft tissue injury? Some people might, but I think some people are just going to say, you know what, even if he misses a couple weeks, 15 games Devon Achane is more than I'll happily take, and he'll probably be a top producer when he is on the field, right?
And Joe, just to clarify, he wasn't injured in the game. He didn't even play. So this had to have happened during the joint practices. I didn't scour the injury report to find out when it happened, but this came out right after the game or right before or during the Dolphins game. It came out that he was dealing with an injury. And then the last one, the big one that I want to talk about because it impacts other players, and feel like we talk about this every single week, but we're getting information that the player's okay. So we continue to tell people draft with full confidence. This is going to be a high-flying offense. They're going to score so many points. And then every report that we get out of Los Angeles is Matthew Stafford's back is not good, JayRich. And for weeks, we keep saying, I don't care what sport it is, a bad back is probably not what you want to have from your 37, 38-year-old quarterback. Now, we're supposed to get news today. I don't think anything is broken so far, but I don't even want to get into Puka Nakua and Davante Adams yet. Just this situation surrounding Matthew Stafford, and then if he's not there, Stetson Bennett, he was seeding some passes yesterday. Stetson was delivering packages to his wide receivers, handoffs. What are your just thoughts about the Stafford ambiguity around this bad back and the injury?
I think it's just that, right? It's very ambiguous. We don't know what to believe. We don't know what sources we can trust. And I think that's the hardest part about this situation. You see, I just did a quick Google to see, has anything popped up in the last, couple of hours, couple of minutes on Stafford? And, obviously it's on the West Coast. So we probably won't get information until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern time. But even with that, man, like there's reports, could they maybe explore Kirk Cousins as an option because he's probably better than Jimmy Garoppolo and he can run a similar style system, obviously playing under Kevin O'Connell for multiple seasons. That's not what you want to hear. And yes, these people aren't necessarily more informed than we are, but clearly there's something to this injury beyond he's going to be back and we're not concerned. We probably should be concerned at this point, and it's really just what do you do with that information and how risk averse do you want to be when it comes to Matthew Stafford? I think that's the biggest question is how much risk, Ray, are you willing to take on Matthew Stafford right now?
You ask this question and you frame it this way, how much risk am I willing to take on Matthew Stafford? And my answer is little to none. But if you ask me, Ray, what about Davante Adams and Puka Nakua? I'm all in. So the math ain't mathin' for old GQ. If I'm out on this Stafford, how can I possibly be in as high as I am on with those two players? And we did a Would You Rather with Puka Nakua, and you said, hey, this Stafford injury, I would drop him out of that QB. And at the time, he was wide receiver 4. And I believe he's fallen quite a bit from a couple of weeks ago. You said I'd have him around that 8 to 10 range. I wouldn't be drafting him at 4. I think he is a bit lower. So
he's wide receiver 7 now. So before he was wide receiver 6, he's now dropped behind Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he's still ahead of Brian Thomas, is where he's slated right now on underdog at 11 overall.
We'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it. And I think our guest, there's no bigger Puka Nakua fan than myself, than our guest who we are going to welcome into the building. Listen, I know we started off little late today. We started off a little late. Supposed to start at 8. We're a little late, but you know what? If you just speed it up and you watch this on the replay, you'll be just fine. And I think our guest would like it no other way. So JayRich, hit the air horns for our boy, Derek Brown. D-Bro, welcome into the building, baby. D-Bro in the building. What's going on, big dog?
My boys.
Let's go.
Good morning. Let's get to it.
D-Bro, you can find him at D-Bro FFB. Y'all know who he is, man. Fantasy Pros. He's like damn near the only guest we ever have on this show. The people wanted this. They requested it for weeks. And I went back and watched the episode last year betwixt you two. I'll just have to say, JayRich, you were very wrong on Mar versus Malik. You were very wrong on Mar versus Malik, but there were some other takes that we'll bring up throughout the show. But D-Bro, as you're in the building, let me just get your quick thoughts real quick. Those two injuries. Let's start with Stafford. You are a big fan of Puka Nakua. We know that. We know Puka Nakua is dope when he's on the field. How are you feeling about this situation now? What are the vibes? Don't tell me, you don't got to give me, I'm definitely moving this player. How are the vibes, truthfully, in LA right now with a bad Stafford and your love of this offense and in particular Puka Nakua?
I mean, it's scary, dude. I'm worried about Stafford. Even if Sean McVay hits the podium today and he says, nah, we're good. Like, Stafford's going to ramp up, man. Like, all of this stuff about his back. Dude, even if he's feeling good right now, tell me how you feeling at week 6? How you feeling at week 8 when those hits start piling up? Because disc issues don't get better, man. Back issues don't. Anybody that's even in the chat, you've ever dealt with back issues? That stuff don't get better as you get older, and it sure as heck don't get better when 300-pounders hit you in the middle of the field, man. So the only thing that kind of makes me feel okay about this whole situation for Adams and Puka, Sean McVay is still one of the best play callers in the NFL. Even if we get in Jimmy G or Stetson Bennett or whoever the hell else, it don't matter because it's still going to get a ton of volume. We know this offense is not going to get spread out. So, like, does it drop Puka a few spots to where now he's in a conversation with Omarion at the back end of the first round? Yeah, it does. Does it drop Davante Adams, who I've had as a wide receiver 1 for most of the offseason, into, like, wide receiver 2 range? Yeah, it does. But, I mean, Stafford, I'm not drafting him anywhere, man. Like, I'm worried that, like, we're looking at some situation where it's week 7, week 8. He's gotten smacked around a few games and stuff like that. Maybe the O-line, we've seen their O-line deal with injuries after injuries over multiple seasons. I'm not drafting Stafford at all, man. No.
Yeah. We'll talk through it, man. We'll talk through if there are some other receivers that you might prefer over some of those guys in Los Angeles, D-Bro. But let's start off this show talking about probably, I think, the quarterback that is under the most pressure going into the 2025 season. The quarterback you can talk about Jalen Hurts. Is he a top 5 quarterback? All that other crap. We're not talking about the big guys. I think the quarterback under the most absolute pressure in the NFL and fantasy football is Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams. JayRich, we have had this debate on this show for months. Who's the wide receiver 1? Who's going to be the top dog in Chicago? You know I stand on the Rome Odunze side. You are on the DJ Moore side. But both of us have to be on the side of Caleb Williams. Like, for any of this shit to really play out and materialize in any meaningful fantasy way, he's got to play better. You talked about it. Being in a conversation where your name is mentioned with David Carr with the most sacks taken by a rookie in NFL history, it is not good. Last night, preseason week 2, we don't want to overreact, but it's probably the only glimpse that we're going to get of Ben Johnson's offense with the starters prior to week 1. And a lot of us still have drafts, fantasy drafts. There's some dynasty startups. There's a lot of stuff going on right now from a draft perspective. And do you invest in this quarterback? We got to see Caleb Williams go 2 drives. And in his first drive, he was 5 for 6, scored a touchdown. They drove the ball down the field 97 yards. They had no drive in 2024 that accumulated more yards than that opening drive in preseason. So they're already off on the right foot. You see the target distribution. They got the big tight ends involved early. Cole Kmet, got involved up the seam. You had Colson Loveland with 2 grabs, DJ Moore with 2 targets. Rome Odunze was targeted, couldn't haul in his pass, and then Olamide Zaccheaus, 36-yard touchdown pass. JayRich, I'm going to start with you. What were your thoughts on the Chicago Bears offense, and did seeing Caleb Williams play on schedule? There were no scrambles. He didn't run. Back foot hit the ground. Boom, he delivered the ball. Does it give you some more confidence going into the season to draft Chicago Bears pass catchers, seeing this is all you're going to get? There's no practice. This was it. They're probably not doing shit in week 3. Do you feel a little better about the Chicago Bears under Caleb Williams right now?
I think you have to. I think you have to look at what you saw and be impressed, right? You could say it's just preseason, and I'm fine with that. But at the same time, like, he did everything that we haven't seen him do. You talked about it. He was on schedule. He was on time. He was on target. And he was delivering the ball with some zip, too. It wasn't like he just threw the ball out there and they were just kind of regular passes. No, like the seam routes and everything he threw was right on time. Now, I'm curious how it may look in the season. Is he going to be on that first read pretty much every time? But I got to give Caleb a lot of credit, whether it was first read or not. Maybe he knew what coverage it was pre-snap and was very happy with what he saw, and then he just delivered the ball, so it made his job very, very easy. But I can't help but be impressed with what we saw because he just looked so good. Probably the best quarterback performance I've seen all preseason from the starting quarterbacks, I'd say. And I don't think that's hyperbole. He did everything you needed him to do and probably more based off what I expected. Ben Johnson, in my opinion, off that first drive was as advertised. Can he do it for the whole season? We'll see. But I think in that first drive, he looked absolutely on fire.
Yeah, D-Bro, what were your thoughts on the Bears offense, man? Caleb Williams, I don't know where you stand on Caleb. I don't know. Here's what I remember how much you really liked J.J. McCarthy's skill set coming out last year. We're not going back to the draft. I knew you weren't quite Caleb Williams QB1, and I mean, he gave people a lot of reason to be skeptical going into this year. But everything that we thought Ben Johnson can bring to this offense, what we saw last night, what are your thoughts on this Bears offense?
Yeah, man. I mean, people call me a Caleb Williams hater. I had him QB3 in the class. Jaden was my one from the hop and remained my one the whole time. But like with Caleb, man, it's all right. So I got to his all 22 this morning. I'll say this: he was everything Jay laid out. He was on schedule. I mean, it was 2-step drop, back foot hits, balls out. 3-step drop, back foot hits, balls out. That all looked good, but he was throwing from perfectly immaculate pockets. That's not going to be the case every single time. And towards the end of that, and this isn't me just trying to poke holes, this is the reality of it. The final 3 plays of that drive, they had a screen blown up. They had 2 other plays where you finally saw a little bit of pressure and he wasn't able to go first read, 3-step, boom, it's out. And you saw some of last year Caleb Williams kind of slowly just, it's still there. So I have more hope. I'm probably not moving him a ton in my rankings. Like, I've got him as a QB2. People want to take shots in a QB2 land, have at it. I still think we're going to see a few more hiccups. This is about as good as you wanted to see out of Caleb, considering everything around him, preseason, playing backups, all that kind of stuff, and then rolling it out, him throwing for clean pockets. If you're a Caleb Williams stan, this is what you want to see, and you're probably going to puff him up. If you're a skeptic, you're going to take this with a grain of salt for what it is and say, look, it was good. There was still a few things where maybe when we see the real things in the NFL, like coverages, blitzes, all this kind of stuff, it's still going to be a little bit more up and down than I think people that, at least if they're pro Caleb, maybe want to see in the early going.
All right, I'm about to get upset. I'm about to get upset. D-Bro, first of all, I don't give a damn if it's in the red. Turn the mic up so I can stop reading the code. Just turn it up. If you're spiking, I don't want anybody talking about their eardrums being blasted out.
Is that better? They're going to bleed? All his ears going to bleed now?
Let them bleed. Let them bleed, D-Bro.
Let's go.
Let them bleed.
Let's go.
Kev, you and Kev, here it is. Kev is a loyal viewer of this show, so I'm about to get on his ass too. Guys, it was versus backups. Let's see it versus the Vikings defense.
That's not even where I went. I didn't even go there.
But here's what all he can do was play against what he's given.
I agree.
He went out there and all this critique about there's a little bit. Of course, his playmaking ability is not going to leave. He goes out there and improve. Here's what y'all would have done. Had he gone out there and ran around, taking a sack, throwing a pick, oh my God, the same damn Caleb, fade him, don't draft anybody from the Bears. He went out there and executed his assignment damn near flawlessly. The play that he couldn't hit Zacchaeus, he got it out of the way. We're going to dirt a screenplay because it was blown. I would rather you do that than throw it up and put it in the air and put it in harm's way.
Oh, absolutely.
These guys, this is what it's for, right? It's versus practice. It's versus backups. And you know what he did? Drove the damn ball 97 yards down the field and scored a touchdown. He executed his assignment. Like, you can only play and put on wax what you're facing. And I don't know how you could be a Bears fan, a Caleb fan, or a Caleb detractor and walk away from that performance, two drives, and be like, you know what, it was okay, but I'm not buying it. Like, come on, man. Like this, Jay, you feel me, JayRich?
Well, that's where I agree with you, Ray. Like, I understand there is the haters out there that don't want to see him win and don't like Caleb Williams. But, D-Bro, it's funny how you see it as the screen was blown up and he threw it in the ground, didn't make the bad play, but it's a negative, right?
I didn't say the screen was a bad play. No, I agree with him dirting that pass. That was blown up. I'm talking about the two plays after that, if we want to get real. I'm talking about the two plays after that where he actually got any type of pressure in his face. The bunch of plays at the beginning of it looked perfect, man, but it was exactly perfect. Clean pocket, back foot, rip. Back foot, rip. Those look pretty. But, guys, we know that, like, not every snap is going to be pretty. I'm not going to take away what he did at the very beginning. I'm just saying there's still growing to be done in his second year.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where, like, with this whole situation, it's the two-edged sword of, okay, it was the Bills' backups. And again, I'm not going to say I knew what they were doing defensively, but I was very excited because Caleb looked so sure in what he was doing. And maybe he only knows what's coming 40% of the time in real games or 30% of the time. But those plays, if they look like this consistently, even 30, 40% of the time, the Bears are going to be so much better than they were last season. Because last season, he probably knew it was coming 10% of the time. And the 10% of the time he knew, the offensive line failed him, right? If he can read and decipher defenses and know where to go with the ball like he did on that first drive, even 34% of the time, they're going to be so much better offensively. And they had virtually no rushing attack yesterday. Like, at all. So I think that's the other element. Yeah. That's the other element that wasn't even part of it. Is like, all the pass catchers were there. The passing game looked great. But, like, if you can add some real balance, have Swift, have Malunga, have whoever they have back there, with Ben Johnson's phenomenal rushing attack as well, like, that's when you unlock what could be so great for this offense. It's not that I want to say, vault Caleb up your ranks, vault Komet, vault Loveland, all these guys. But we have to be excited about what we saw, even in a preseason game, because he was just so much better than we've ever seen at points in his career.
Let's do an honest. GQ is going to lose this one. I am losing this one. Let's give an honest assessment.
Here we go.
Of the pass catchers last night. Okay, DJ Moore, 2 catches, 16 yards, out routes. Yeah, great, right? He was targeted. Yeah. I believe he and Rome both had 7 routes. Moore had 6 aligned on the outside, 1 in the slot. Odunze had 4 on the outside, 3 in the slot. Odunze had 1 target, dropped the ball. He should have caught it. I don't give a damn. You got to catch that. You're diving. The ball was away. Odunze should have caught it. Colston Loveland, first catch of the game. Then he had another big grab. Cole Kmet down the field. And then you saw the plays. Luther Burden is clearly right now behind Olamide Zacchaeus. He is behind Zacchaeus, as we've talked about on the show for months. He missed May. He missed June. He missed parts of July. He is not going to be on the field in 3 receiver sets at the start of the season over Olamide Zacchaeus. But he looked good. Finished the night 3 for 47, 3 for 49. Critical 2 blocks that sprung touchdowns. And I know people kind of laugh at that, but I tweeted out a video last week of Kyle Monangai picking up a tough conversion on 3rd down. And Luther Burden was blocking on that play for Kyle Monangai. So his ability to get in there and do some of the dirty stuff, I got to say, I was very impressed by Luther Burden, and hopefully we get to see a little bit more. But we got to move on and talk through some more rookies, because there were a lot of rookie performances, right? And I didn't know, but there was a running back selected in round 1 of the NFL draft that was deemed a bust after week 1 of preseason. And you can laugh about it all you want, but his ADP dropped. People were actually scared to take that Ashton Jeanty for about 7 days because versus the Seahawks, he had 3 carries, -1 yard. Did anybody see the game this weekend? JayRich, I'm going to you first because you, my friend, have continued to call him the Mountain West Brian Robinson. Well, versus the 49ers, who had a lot of their ones out there on defense, Delaminor Lenore, one of the better cornerbacks in the league, Ashton Jeanty was putting helmet through chest out there versus the 49ers. He showed why he was so highly touted coming out of Boise State. JayRich, I start with you. How impressed were you with Ashton Jeanty in week 2?
I was fairly impressed. I mean, the play where he trucked Delaminor Lenore was impressive, but I wasn't like, wow, this is the best running back in the class by any stretch. Like, he looked good. He looked good, Ray. He looked good. But I have to ask you, because this is where I have a bit of a problem with Ashton Jeanty, right?
Okay,
cool, man. You come out week 1, 3 carries, -1 yard. Next game, 7 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. And you have the audacity to say, I've arrived after the game. Do you believe that Ashton Jeanty has arrived, or do you think he's still got a little bit of work to do?
Jay.
I'm just asking the question.
I'm
just asking the question.
Jay.
There's a running back that I know,
Dude.
very humble, goes about his business, scores touchdowns every week.
Who's that?
He doesn't say I've arrived after he simply
here
did
we
what
go.
he's
Who is
supposed
that?
to do and fulfill his prophecy as the 5th overall pick. I'm just saying.
He's the 6th overall pick, but neither here nor
my
there.
Apologies. My apologies.
Do I think he's arrived? I mean,
well, that's what he said. I'm not putting words in his mouth. No one else said it. He said it. I've arrived, Ray. I've
Jay, if
arrived.
that had been your quote, he'd been stuck on the bus or the boat on the way there. So, I'm glad to know that Jeanty
were you
arrived.
impressed, JayRich, by his performance?
Yeah, I was impressed. He looks good.
There we go.
Okay,
there we go.
The
there
biggest
we
thing
go.
for me, the
Let's bring it back to
offensive
center.
line didn't look like dog shit. I don't know what changed from last week to this week. Maybe we're not giving Seattle enough credit, and I'd openly admit that. But the offensive line seemed drastically improved this week from last week.
Let me be honest. D-Bro, I don't know if you saw it as well, but I think if you just watch the vibe of his teammates when he made those plays, and you see Max Crosby and you can tell they wanted him for him, right? So whether he arrived or not, you can tell that his team is counting on him to do that kind of stuff. The same things that made us love him coming out of Boise State, his ability to make people miss, broken tackles. We don't want him to take those type of collisions that he took in the open field with the linebacker, but he showed you that skill set has and will translate to the NFL level, and you could see his teammates just be so excited for Ashton Jeanty. Jay, I've done enough. How many shows have we done together? Over 500 streams together, JayRich. I think we're around there. I know when you want to say something, so I'm just going to get into it. D-Bro, there are a lot of rookie running backs in this class that we are excited for. You've got Ashton Jeanty. We've got Omarion Hampton, who played in the weird thing about this Hampton thing is the public perception, especially on YouTube, is this dude's a freaking bum. A certified bum is Omarion Hampton. Yet every time I look up high stake leagues, FFPC, he's a 3rd round pick. But you talk about that Hampton on here, he's a certified BUM. So we got Ashton Jeanty. We've got Omarion Hampton. We have RJ Harvey, who scored a touchdown for Denver. Caleb Johnson looked Hey, I came on here as one of Caleb Johnson's biggest supporters and said he looked slow as hell after preseason week 1. Needed to do a little more in week 2, and I think we saw a little bit of that in week 2. You've got Quinshon Judkins, who doesn't seem like he's going to face any disciplinary suspension right now. Right now, D-Bro, we're going to rank these rookie running backs. I want to know, because I don't know how you have them prioritized. So we're talking about 5 guys. Jeanty, I'm going to just give that the number 1 spot for all of you here. Ashton Jeanty, RB1. At 2, we've got Hendo, we've got Caleb, we've got Hampton, we've got Harvey. I don't want to
Judkins
put
if you want,
Judkins is probably going to be 6. D-Bro, RB2 in the class after Ashton Jeanty is who? And then we'll get JayRich's number 2. Who do you got at 2?
Man, I think it's got to be Hampton or Hendo.
No, it ain't no damn thing.
Just-
Who do you have?
Get off the fucking
at
fence,
2?
D-Bro. Make a pick.
Which
I'll
one?
put Hampton there.
D-Bro's got Hampton at 2. JayRich.
It's Henderson. You know it's Henderson.
You got Big Hendo at 2. Okay,
Yeah.
Hampton versus
Homerism not pushing those ranks for Jay at all.
D-Bro, give me a reason why you would have Hampton over Travion Henderson, despite the fact that we've seen Hendo score twice in back-to-back games. We saw the kick return touchdown. He's getting rush attempts. We see everything about him out of the backfield. Why Hampton over Henderson?
Because Mondre is a better player than anybody else in that backfield for LAC, straight up, and we hadn't seen him play a ton.
Ray,
Wait.
do you agree with that, though?
That
Najee?
That Mondre is better than Najee?
I think it's a like,
I
dude,
think
are we gonna
they're-
get?
I
Is
think they're
Najee gonna play? Now hold on.
That's a different question, though, and I
Dude,
agree with you.
No,
there.
but I mean,
I
right
agree
now
with you with
that's part of this though. We ain't seen Najee even do a full damn practice yet. So does anybody really know if he's gonna be out there week 1, week 4?
I don't think
Does
anybody can.
That's fair. That's fair. But the talent argument, I think, is there. It's a
But we're
wash.
not talking-
Najee
we're past
But I'm
talent.
assuming
Ramondre, who
Najee's not
cares?
playing right now. Like, dude's got one eye and he's out there walking the practice field. He's not even practicing.
And I agree with you, but even with that, we already know it's going to be a committee. So again, we have the strong side of the committee. We probably have the goal line work and everything you want. Is he going to get receiving work is kind of the question for Omarion Hampton. We don't know that yet. We haven't seen it, but we have to assume probably some of it will come. But for me with Henderson, it's he's going to be on the field. Every third down, he's on the field. Ramondre didn't play this week. Guess what? Didn't matter because they threw in Antonio Gibson, and Henderson took his role he's going to have in the offense, and clearly it's going to be a big one. They found him for a wheel run on third down, which didn't convert. They obviously scored a touchdown with him at the goal line where he looked great. Like, he's going to be heavily utilized in this offense. They clearly have a role for him. I think the problem for me with Hampton is that we don't know what his role is going to be because it's not fully clear yet what it's going to be. We hope, as you said, D-Bro, Najee never comes back, and he's the bell cow for the majority of the season. I think that's obviously the bullish outcome. The bearish outcome is Najee comes back, and they have this split where you hope that Hampton gets the goal line work. Because I think we can be honest and say that Najee's a fairly decent goal line back, and we wouldn't be surprised if he got that role. So I think the issue is, okay, go into it then.
So can I flip that on its head? You haven't seen Mondre play, so you definitively know what Henderson's role was going to be in this offense. Although
he played game week 1. He played the first game.
Hold up. But you've seen Josh McDaniels operate with an offense where there's a split backfield. They have a goal line. They have a big back that's going to take the red zone stuff. Just because Henderson's gotten those carries in the freaking preseason, are we going to project that that's what's going to happen the entirety of the regular season?
But I'm saying, like, in the first game, Ramondre played, and then Henderson came in on third down. And in the Minnesota game, Gibson played because Ramondre wasn't active in the game, and Henderson came in on third down. So he's going to be the third down back.
I know, but red
carries
zone
as well.
Is he going to get the red zone carries when they get in close?
Probably not.
Third down, I'm not worried about.
But I think in the same breath, that, like, again, for instance, on that touchdown, they gave it to him because Gibson was struggling around the goal line. Now, that's probably not going to happen with Ramondre, but I think the point is that rotation is possible even in the red zone.
Okay,
and I think the
JayRich,
way they utilize the running backs is just like they utilize them in the game.
RB3, you've got Jeanty.
I'd have Hampton.
You've got Hampton at 3. D-Bro, who would you have at 3?
I'm actually putting Harvey there, man.
Harvey at 3. Okay.
Yep.
JayRich, 4.
Harvey would be my 4.
Harvey would be 4. D-Bro, 4.
Hendo's my 4.
You know, haters gonna hate.
Derek Brown.
How's this hating?
Derek Brown. Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute.
How is this hating?
Big Hendo at 4?
I mean, dude, we're splitting hairs here. Yeah.
I don't get. Hey,
you ain't splitting
picked
nothing.
Him. I didn't tell you to
ain't
put him at
nothing.
4.
I know.
Outrageous. Outrageous.
Okay. Outrageous because you saw, because again, we're talking about split backfields. Did y'all see any J.K. Dobbins? Did you see J.K. Dobbins out snapping Harvey? Did you see J.K. Dobbins out snapping Harvey in previous weeks with the first team? And don't come at me with Albright bullshit about his helmet and stuff like that. I don't give a damn what Albright says during the day or during the night, and especially after the night.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And then
Albright, not reliable source.
Here's a real question. RB5, Caleb Johnson or Quinshon Judkins? Where would y'all rather be right now?
I'm with Caleb,
I think
man. I don't want no part of
JayRich,
Quinshawn.
Judkins. Don't you dare, JayRich.
Don't.
I'm
do
taking
it, Jay.
Judkins 100%. I think he's a better talent. I think he's a better talent.
He hasn't even played on the team. What are you going to see?
Why do I care if he plays? I'm betting on the talent with Judkins.
You need him to play to score points, right? Or are we playing some other game?
We're playing Dynasty, baby. That's the game.
Oh, God. No.
For
No
this
way.
year, yeah, go take your Caleb Johnson. But I mean, yeah, because we don't know if Judkins is going to play.
Judkins hasn't even signed his damn contract yet, dude.
That's fine.
He hasn't even had a single practice. You're saying that's fine.
Okay.
We got week
D-Bro,
one right in front of us.
Who do you think is the better running back? Do you think it's Caleb Johnson?
Caleb.
Okay,
I'm a known Quinshawn hater. I'll throw numbers on all of it.
The chat is overwhelmingly in favor of Quinshawn Judkins over Caleb Johnson.
Wow.
I mean, this is
Dude,
these are my people. This is my wake up. Love y'all wake up chat, but I'm reading.
See, for me, I don't like Dylan Sampson. I think Dylan Sampson sucks.
I'm not a Sampson believer either.
JayRich has not been on the side of Sampson.
I told Ray that
Sampson believer.
in January. I was like, this is the one guy people love that I just don't see it at all.
No, I never saw it either, man. Me and Mike Renner fought on the Fantasy Pros NFL Draft Show because he had him at RB2, and I was like, woo, baby. I'm not there. I respect it, but I wasn't there.
I told Ray, he's a very fancy Darrell Henderson to me. A very fancy one. Maybe a little bit faster. Maybe a little better as a pass catcher.
You got some people with Ollie
I don't know, man.
at 5. You got some people with Ollie Gordon at 5.
Wow.
There's no bigger fan.
Gordon.
There's no bigger fan.
You putting Ollie at 5, Ray?
I texted him after the game and I told him, great job. I texted him last week and said everything.
Dude.
I told him.
Talking about that R22, did you saw that B gap run where he put a guy on, Chris Berman'd his ass. He goes, whoop, and the guy flew by him and he got 15. I'll give Ollie his flowers. That play was dope.
Listen,
was good.
Listen, Ollie was very good. Ollie was very good. All right.
Better than Jaylen Wright. I'll give him that too. Like, I'm worried about some Jaylen Wright,
Hey,
baby.
man,
I'm not trying to hop this, but
man.
I've got a lot of Jaylen Wright drafted because he definitely seemed like he had the role, right? The opportunity to be the RB2. And Miami seems like they've given him every chance to go seize that. It ain't happened. It has not happened.
Dude.
And I know the O-line does not look good. But
it's looked bad.
But when given equal opportunity, I mean, Jaylen Wright damn near played the whole first half of the game versus the Lions. And as soon as Ollie comes in, I mean, he's involved in the receiving game. He's good between the. How the hell does Ollie Gordon look fast? I love Ollie. Ollie is not known for big play speed. And I'm watching him. I'm like, this dude looks infinitely faster than Jaylen Wright. Get Raheem Mostert on the field with Devon. This is a player, man. If this Achane stuff has real legs, no pun intended, and I'm knocking on wood, we don't want anything. And again, it just lower leg. I saw Joe earlier in the chat asking hammy, calf. We don't know, Joe.
Don't know.
It could be the damn glute to his Achilles tendon. We do not know, okay? Ollie, there's a world where this dude's on the field early and often for a Miami team that, I mean, it might be a consolidated offense. But let's move on to some quarterbacks. And let's speed this up just a little bit, all right? D-Bro, you okay with that if we speed this up just a little bit to go through the quarterbacks?
I'm just riding, man. We're
going to speed it up a little bit as we go through these quarterbacks. And we're going to start with one of JayRich's boys, D-Bro, Tyler Shough. Tyler Shough. There are pieces of this New Orleans offense that we're drafting. Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave,
2-piece.
Jawan Johnson as a streaming tight end.
No.
Alvin Kamara. Let's take this from a dynasty perspective because I'm trying to come with some realism here. I'm trying to adjust expectations and not bury the rookie. That's JayRich's boy, Mr. Fingerbang himself.
Mr. Fingerbang himself.
Yeah, you like the fingers,
It's
right?
a Monday show.
What kind of transition
It's a
is
Monday
that?
show.
Finger guns.
It's a Monday show.
You know
Jesus.
exactly what I'm talking about.
I thought you were making an Arthur Smith reference with that last line.
No, the finger guns.
Anybody seen the clip on
Bang,
that,
bang,
by
bang.
the way?
You know what I'm talking about. Tyler Shough. Thoughts on the offense, Jay? Just quickly, Tyler Shough, man. In or out? I want to get your overreaction. Seasonal leagues, it doesn't matter. We're not even talking about him for redraft. Dynasty, in or out on Tyler Shough?
Honestly, Ray, and this is a bit of a slight to Tyler Shough. He was not that great in the game. He definitely had some lowlights, but I think Debro would attest to this. This should be the worst team in the NFL. Like, it really should be. This team is awful. Like, I think the Browns would handily beat the Saints right now. Fully healthy, everyone available. Maybe the Saints can put up some points with Kamara and with Olave, but man, like, the offensive line isn't good. The defense just got shredded by Jacksonville, and Jacksonville's not that good either. Like, regardless of what Tyler Shough's dynasty value could be, this team should be picking in the top 3 next season. And at that point, they should be looking at a new quarterback. And that's why, for me, it's like, why even be in on Shough when he's probably going to be replaced, and this team is god-awful this season.
D-Bro, what are your thoughts, man? Where are you at with Shough in Dynasty? Just curious.
Out.
Big
out,
no?
Out. Dude, I actually thought I was going to be in, man. Like, but then it's like during the pre-draft process, people went crazy. You had some people saying he's the QB1 of the class and stuff, and I was like, oh, we jumped the shark, dude. Like, we've gone nuts. So no, I'm out, man. I was ticked off. Like, that's why I disavowed my damn Saints fandom, man. I'm watching this, like, we're streaming it live, and I was like, oh, hell no, man. O-line, and then give me this 2v2. O-line and Tyler freaking Shough, or them going Jackson Dart and an O-lineman in the second round. Like, the flip side of that, dude, I was like, this is some bullshit, man. Like, I was ridiculously, like, ticked off at the time, and I'm still mad about it. Like, this dude's not going to be the answer for this franchise, man, and I don't want to, pile on the kid.
Is that
and stuff like that.
Let me just ask, is that too much of an overreaction for a player that Kellen Moore did spend? I mean, he got guaranteed money, fully guaranteed contract, 40th overall pick. I'm not saying he should have been drafted there, but he was. And Kellen Moore, I guess I just don't know how long of a leash these guys typically get. The most recent example,
he's getting 1 year, bro.
Was
1 year,
Will
and they're drafting
Levis.
the quarterback next year. That's it.
Yeah, he's going down the Will Levis path right now. Like, that's what's going to
happen. He's sprinting down the Will Levis path.
Yeah.
Like, he's running, man.
And this team looks significantly worse than the Titans last year. Because the Titans were bad last year, but they had a bit of a defense, but they really struggled offensively. Like, this team is going to struggle.
Are you worried
fronts.
about Kamara? There are people I don't want to feel like I'm talking out of both sides of my neck, right? Because I have been a big proponent on betting on good offenses and avoiding what we perceive to be bad offenses. And I agree. I'm nervous about all these damn Saints. You know, that Rashee Rice, all those air yards, I'm a little concerned. But I'm looking at Kamara like, he feels like he's game script proof. Like, he'll just he'll be targeted 10 times. I'm not as concerned about Alvin Kamara. Is that wrong, D-Bro? Should I be more concerned for Kamara? Because I've got little concern about Kamara's ability in this Saints offense, even though I don't have high expectations for the team entirely.
I think you have to be a little concerned. Right? Like,
I'm not concerned from a volume perspective, but like where he's going in drafts. Though. Like, he's RB16 and ADP right now. That feels about right. Like, that's where I've got him ranked, but it's just a volume play. Like, I don't think there's much ceiling besides that, because then you get into how bad the freaking offense is, how many touchdowns is he realistically like going to score in this offense. And yeah, I mean, RB2 price, I get it, but there's other guys I'd rather draft over him. I can definitely tell you I'm not drafting Kamara a ton in any draft right now.
Really? Okay. Let's move on to another rookie quarterback. And listen, I said it a week ago. You will not convince me that Shedeur Sanders was a worse quarterback prospect than Dillon Gabriel, and I still stand by that. However, Dillon Gabriel got his opportunity to start against the Philadelphia Eagles in preseason week 2, and I watched every snap of that, and I thought he played excellent. I know he threw a pick 6. You watched the game. Probably should not have thrown the ball. It looked like the tight end alligator armed it a little bit. Probably should have extended it. And the fumble, if you didn't watch the game, missed exchange on a handoff. It wasn't like he was running around, got hit, and fumbled the ball. Trevor Lawrence did it even worse with Tank Bigsby. I thought Dillon Gabriel, the throws that he made, those sideline throws, those he stepped up in the pocket, and I thought he executed the offense well. I was Shedeur Sanders QB1 in this class. I thought Shedeur Sanders should have been drafted much higher, but I've also been on this show, JayRich, and what have I said? I believe that if the Browns start one of their rookie quarterbacks, they are going to give Dillon Gabriel the nod before Shedeur. Whether I agree or disagree, but I'll just say this. I don't think there's anything that Dillon Gabriel showed on the field preseason week 2 that should move him down the depth chart or that Shedeur did so much better that he jumps Dillon Gabriel. So quickly for you two, my question is, does it even freaking matter for fantasy football? Like, does it even matter? Because I feel like if I was having this conversation with our Discord members, I actually like what Cleveland's doing. I really do. They're not going to win this year. I've got no loyalty to any of these quarterbacks. It feels like Kevin Stefanski's probably safe. If they strike gold and one of these rookies allows them to go into next year and just let those guys meander through the season 1 year, like a Will Levis, like a Davis Mills, they've got 2 first-round picks next year. I kind of like what let's see what we got amongst all of this shit, and maybe one of those quarterbacks becomes desirable for a team that they trade and get some draft. I don't mind what Cleveland's doing, but D-Bro, does it even matter, man? Like, does this QB battle even matter? Because there are pieces of Cleveland that people are drafting. Njoku, Jerry Jeudy. I see the chat saying Isaiah Bond got 3rd-round guaranteed money. So there are players that people are driving, that people are drafting. Does it matter, D-Bro?
Man, I don't know if it matters because here's the thing. Is this all just going to lead back to Joe Flacco is starting week 1 and Joe Flacco is going to start 8 or more games this season? Like, that's why I don't know if it even matters, man. And I think Cleveland is wrong if Flacco is making starts. I'm absolutely with you that Gabriel or Shedeur or even Pickett, pick one of these guys. Any one of those 3. Hell, all 3. Start all of them. I'm with you. I think Stefanski is safe. I think this is a reset, like a soft reset year, because quietly this team got old and injured very quickly. And so looking at this, you should be starting one of these young guys, and if they flash, see if they could be either the answer or you can trade them. Nobody's giving you a damn thing for Joe Flacco. That's not happening. Joe Flacco's not leading you to the playoffs. Joe Flacco's not going to help you, and he sure as hell ain't going to help you with your first-round pick and where that's at next year. Let the young guys start. And in that sense, I don't know if it matters because I think Flacco's still going to be the week 1 starter. And for all the weapons and stuff, man, I find myself out on a lot of those Browns weapons, like just because of if I were to set the line at 2.5 quarterbacks make start for Cleveland this year.
Over.
I mean, I'm taking the over. I think almost everybody, even in the chat, would be taking the over right now. And if that's the case, dude, it's going to be a roller coaster up and down. None of these guys really do it as far as like whether you want to talk about Tillman, what he did last year, Jeudy, what he did last year. A lot of their per route numbers were not amazing. The fact that they were throwing at a top 3 clip, their defense was god awful, and they were just chucking it every single play. A lot of those numbers, those counting stats got puffed up, man. So I just find myself like, whether it's this backfield, these pass catchers, this offense, I'm just like, nah, man, I'd rather go in a lot of different directions. So for me, no, it don't really matter that much.
JayRich, anything to add there?
Not really. I think it only matters for Jerry Jeudy, right? If Gabriel starts, I think it probably hurts Jeudy a little bit. I think Flacco starts, probably helps him a bit. And that's really the difference here. I think that's the only thing that's going to really move the needle as far as what we expect. Otherwise, like both quarterbacks can check it down. But I think it's just a low ceiling outcome, whether you start Gabriel or Flacco. And probably the upside is with Shedeur, unfortunately.
All right, let's go through another rookie quarterback. And JayRich, we have talked about Cam Ward on the show so much. Like, he gets no kind of love to be the number 1 overall pick. What are your thoughts about Ward, man? Like, there's the one play to Van Jefferson. It was a seed. I mean, you couldn't have handed the ball off.
Van Jefferson should have caught that. I'm sorry. Like, Jeff needs to come out and own that in the media.
But outside of that, man, he's got a rocket arm. I know that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's Tennessee. It's the weapons around him. I'm just looking. I'm like side-eyeing this whole situation. Just like, I don't know, man. It's Callahan, man. I don't know.
I remember
dude.
I said it. I feel like I said it all last season. Like, I just don't know how to feel about Callahan and whether he can develop Ward and whether they have the pieces around him. Like, the offensive line should be much better.
I
but
like
it's
Ward, Stanley. I'm not knocking Ward, but I
like Ward a lot.
JayRich, I'm watching this and I'm like,
It just doesn't seem like a situation where you're going to walk into next season like, yeah, we feel really good about Cam Ward, and it's just not a good situation. D-Bro, you're laughing over there. How do you feel about Cam Ward and the Titans?
Dude, I feel like they're a dumpster fire, like in the sense that I think Callahan's going to be gone after this year because, like, Ward's set in a tough situation. Like, they added the offensive line, but, bro, like, outside of Ridley, like, we could feel good about Ellick, fine.
Yeah.
What you got in the pass catchers besides those two dudes? Like, DK, field stretcher, not a high-volume target. Chig, dude, that boat has sailed. Tyler Lockett, what's he got left?
Lockett will give him
like,
something, but not much.
I thought Ward, now, when I went back and watched Ward, I thought Ward looked good. The arm we knew is there.
Yeah, no doubt.
The thing that he's doing right now in preseason that I adamantly agree he should be doing, he is testing. He is being hyper-aggressive. There were multiple throws in both games where he could have taken the check down. He could have hit the underneath route. Now, some of that is he's big play hunting, and we know that's Cam Ward. So he needs to dial some of that in when we get to the regular season and take what a defense has given you. But right now, I feel like he was also – this is the time these guys got to figure out, what can I get away with in the NFL? Be aggressive. Push the ball. Figure out – can I do this same shit I did in college? Can I do that in the NFL? If I can't, I got to learn, man. I got to dial it back some, and that's what he's doing, which I agree with.
All right.
D-Bro, I think – sorry, D-Bro, one question to you, though. Do you think he can actually dial it back? Because we see in the preseason, you're
That's
in
the
the
question,
preseason,
man.
But
That's
the question
Caleb
with
in
Ward
him.
has been
It makes me worry.
Can a OC, a head coach, dial him in that's going to be required at the NFL level?
That's the biggest question out of all. Like, that's the question that I had about Cam. There was a lot of Caleb I saw in that film, man, where he's big play hunting. Like, so that's part of his DNA and the roller coaster, man. Like, that's why, like, when I was watching Cam, my comp for him was Jordan Love, because you see the high-end moments where dude is on fire and he is dialed in, and then you see the cold streaks. So I think it's going to be a roller coaster year. I think this all comes down to, what do we see out of Cam Ward if the O-line can hold up, and do they get a second pass catcher? I think that's going to play heavily outside of Cam Ward, the player and his hyper-aggressiveness. He's going to have to learn how to dial some of that in, because as we all learned with last year with Caleb, you need to be able to play the superhero and you got to put on the cape, but you can't live in that world every damn snap. You can't do it. Like, you're not running the offense, and nobody can live in the high wire.
All right, both of you, goddamn Tennessee talk for 13 minutes. Let's move on to a better situation. Well, I think the situation is better. I don't know if the situation is a little bit better, but this rookie quarterback, man.
Oh, baby. I know where we're going.
JayRich,
I'm so excited.
JayRich, I tried to tell you about 4 years ago when he was at USC that this dude was up next.
Dude.
That he was up next. I tried to tell you, man.
Pull them receipts.
Jackson Dart, JayRich, D-Bro, Jackson.
Yes, baby.
Dart.
Yes, baby.
14 for 16, 142 total yards, 2 touchdowns, 123.2 passer rating. He went 13 completions in a row. And this was after Russell Wilson. I mean, he might have delivered the throw of the preseason. Let's give Russ some love for launching that thing. Was it 60-something yards in the air from the pocket? What a seed from Russell Wilson. And listen, if Russ is the day one starter, it is a significant upgrade over what they had last season. But JayRich, I'm thinking to myself today, man, if I'm the Giants, your buys in week 14 anyway. The schedule is atrocious. Is there a world where they just say, you know what? We're just rolling with Jackson Dart. From day one, Jackson Dart is going to be the starting quarterback. I'm going to start with you, JayRich, because I am all in Jackson Dart. I am all in Jackson Dart. I love the fact that he's got weapons around him. Everyone tried to shit on that Tyrone Tracy and pump that Scatterboo up. It was going to be Tracy whether Scatterboo was hurt or not. You've got weapons with Malik Neighbors. I know he ain't practiced in a month. Again, for those of you who are new to the Malik Neighbors experience, this is par for the course, right? I'm not worried about Malik when it comes to week one. You've got Wan'Dale Robinson. You've got Theo Johnson. You've got other ancillary pass catchers here. JayRich, talk about Jackson Dart.
Oh, I loved what I saw from Jackson Dart. Absolutely loved it. It's just, I was trying to explain to my mom last night, like, he's just got that moxie that you want to see in a quarterback. That word that you don't know what it means, but you know it's a good thing. And Jackson Dart has it in spades. He was great once again. There's not much more I could say about him other than it just felt like he always knew where to go with the ball, didn't make too many mistakes. Obviously, the fake toss and the seed he threw to Greg Dulcich up the middle was great for a touchdown. Loved what I've seen from Dart so far. But, Debro, this is your boy. How are you feeling about Jackson Dart? And do you think he's got a shot to start week one? I don't think he's got a shot to start.
Before Debro gets into it, I'm getting my dog Damian Parsons. Shout out to my dog DP, who is here to provide support for me, to bring rational takes to the chat. He is a scout over at Bleacher Report. Shout out to full-time Dame. DP said, hold the hell up. Pumping up that Jackson Dart. Isn't he playing against practice squad guys? But Caleb gets knocked for playing against the two. So, Debro, before you go into your soliloquy, I just want this to be at the front of your mind before you pump up Jackson Dart and buried Caleb for throwing the ball in the dirt on a broken up screenplay. For burying Caleb Williams.
Did not bury him.
You buried him 6 feet under.
He didn't quite, it was. Him. So talk about Jackson Dart, how good he looked. Debro, the floor is yours.
First of all, I did not bury Caleb, okay? Let's keep it 100 here, okay? I threw a grain of salt in there about what I saw at the end of it. Keeping it real, okay, Ray? I see what you're doing. I see you. And, dude, I thought what we saw from Dart was exactly what we needed to see out of Dart. He was cool. He was calm, collected in the pocket. And, dude, we talk about how bad these O-lines. Count up the number of reps where you got quick pressure or free rushers against Dart, and he's making guys miss, or he's moving around and navigating the pocket. That, I thought, was extremely good from Dart. Now, was it perfect? Nah, it wasn't perfect, dude. He had a lot of first read stuff. They were protecting him. A lot of screen game, a lot of quick game, a lot of first reads. But what I took away from Dart that made me feel really good is none of it seemed too big for him. He navigated the pocket well when he needed to step up against the rush or move out or take off. He did those things. Was the ball placement perfect all the time? No. Was there moments where he shouldn't have thrown some back shoulder passes? Absolutely. But they are doing the right things with Dart, and he didn't look like the moment was too big. So a lot of the same things, and I'll make comparisons, and I'm keeping it real here. I'm not comparing him against JD5. But what Washington did to ease JD5 in last year, a lot of screens, a lot of quick game, a lot of one read, tuck it, go, making things easier for a rookie. That's what you've seen the Giants do through 2 games. Now, I don't want to see Dart start week 1. I don't think that should be in the cards, because here's the thing. That offensive line is still a work in progress, dude. They have a horrible schedule. And the thing that I think it needs to come down here for is that I think the Giants need to see how this offensive line is going to hold up. If they are getting blown apart, keep Russ out there, dude. You don't need to put Dart out there where he's getting quick pressure, he's getting destroyed, and we've all looked at the Giants' gauntlet schedule. So honestly, I don't want Dart out there getting destroyed behind a horrible offensive line. Now, if this offensive line looks like he can at least hold water, like I don't want you to be top 10. Can you be somewhere around league average? Like if they get AT back and he's healthy and stuff, fine. Let the kid get his feet under him, let him make starts. Because this is going to be probably a lost season for the Giants, and I think Dayball and everybody's safe for next year or two.
So do I.
But so,
really,
I'm being keeping it real. I love what I saw from Dart. Is there growth that needs to happen, and did they also protect him? Absolutely.
Okay, well, let me just give Kevin a massive shout out here, because anytime you pull a John Moxon quote out from Varsity Blues, I don't want your life. I am going to repeat it. I'm going to talk about it. Varsity Blues, easily a top 3 football movie of all time. I don't want to hear about no damn Draft Day. Varsity Blues, significantly better than Draft Day. I'm not going to debate that with anybody. Significantly better than Draft Day. All right. Since we are, and I want to bring up this comment from Moggs. He says, what no one seems to talk about is how well New York put together 2 similar QBs in a possible mentor/rookie tandem. Having Jameis there, having Russell Wilson there, I'm with you. He's
Y'all
probably
really
not going to
think
start.
Russ is going to mentor him? You really think Russ is taking him
I think,
aside and mentoring him?
No, I don't think that, but I do think that at this stage of Russ's career, he knows he's just a one-year guy. Like there is no more long-term guy, so Russ is just enjoying the ride for the last amount of time that he has left, which could also be a quarterback. We're about to get into it. We're about to get into it because D-Bro, this is your boy. This is your boy. And this is not, and I repeat, not JayRich's boy. I'm going to pull up some clips from the preseason game, from the same game. I mean, whether it's practice or the actual game, this is what happened. Justin Fields' inability to deliver the football to his pass catchers. I have been called for 1 week. I have been called a Jets hater. I've been called a Garrett Wilson hater. I have been called the hater of all haters because I am not buying into this passing offense in New York, and people continue to foolishly draft Garrett Wilson as a top 15 wide receiver for fantasy football in 2025. But Ray, they played at Ohio State together. Yeah, back in 2019, 2020, and he had 43 catches for 700 yards. So it ain't like he was out there throwing for $2,000 with Garrett Wilson. But Ray, DJ Moore, he made him a top receiver with 123 targets on 2 teams ago, right? We're talking about the right here and right now. So you know what? I'm not going to say shit. Y'all sell me on why I'm supposed to be bullish on Garrett Wilson when Justin Fields can't complete a 3-yard slant. He's late on out routes. He's throwing screens into the ground. And you can tell me it's just preseason. Y'all sell me. How am I the crazy one here? And this has nothing to do with the talent of G-Dub. Put G-Dub in Dallas instead of Pickens, I'm all in. Put him in Cincinnati instead of T. Higgins, I'm all in. D-Bro, defend your boy Justin Fields and how this is going to work out well for fantasy managers.
Dude, I mean, I can't defend Justin Fields with this. Like, I mean, they're bad reps. It hasn't looked a lot better in the preseason. Fields is still a guy that you want in fantasy because he's going to freaking run. But, I mean, outside of the volume for Garrett Wilson, I mean, that's all I'm clinging to, man. Like, if you're drafting Garrett Wilson, it's the volume, dude. It's the volume. Like, he's going to get a 30 to 35% target share in this damn offense. We know that's going to happen, and you're just betting on volume. You're betting on yesteryear DeAndre Hopkins overcoming the situation around him. And I think that's, I mean, if you drafted him, that's what you're drafting. It's not because you're drafting ceiling. It's not because you're drafting good quarterback play. So, I can't defend
JayRich, listen, again, this has nothing to do with Garrett Wilson for the 1,000th time. Here's my thing, D-Bro. Everybody's talking about the volume.
Do you want the numbers right?
He's been the most, on average, I chat GPT this shit. He's getting on average over 3 years, 156 targets, 90-something receptions, and close to 1,100 yards average. Like, if the volume comes down, and here's what I can tell you this, he ain't going to get more efficient looks from Justin Fields. The efficiency is not going to go up. If I'm any defensive coordinator, I take away Garrett Wilson, I just dare you to beat me with your legs. I am not denying what Justin Fields from a fantasy football perspective can bring to the table. All you need him to do is throw for like 140 yards. If he could throw a touchdown and just run around, he's going to be awesome for fantasy. But the issue is his pass catchers. The issue is Garrett Wilson and the price in which he's being drafted. Am I the only one that sees how painstakingly clear? I wouldn't be shocked, JayRich, if Garrett Wilson has his worst statistical output of his career this year with Justin Fields.
I mean, that's not inconceivable. His worst statistical season is 83 receptions, 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns, which with Justin Fields at quarterback is not anything crazy, right? But the funny thing is, right, and this is why I love this show, is that you could go back to last season, you go back 2 years ago, you're making the same argument I've always made against Garrett Wilson. Every year, it's the same argument. He gets all this volume, does nothing with it. Gets all this volume, does nothing with it. Gets all this volume, does nothing with it. People blame the Jets, people blame the quarterback, people blame all this stuff, and that's fine, and I get that. But it's no different than when he had Zach Wilson at the helmet quarterback. It's not any different, and it might actually be even worse than it was when he had Zach Wilson. And so that's where it's like, I understand people are coming from. They love Garrett Wilson. They love the talent, and I love the talent too. But there is just no way you can convince me he's going to be better than he was with Aaron Rodgers. And D-Bro, I have to ask you this because we haven't asked you this yet. The comparable for me that I make with Garrett Wilson is the difference in ADP between Garrett Wilson and DK Metcalf. And to me, they are the exact same bet. You're betting on volume. You're betting on situation. You're betting on being the only show in town. One has Justin Fields. One has Aaron Rodgers. Except the one with Justin Fields is drafted wide receiver 15. The other one is drafted wide receiver 25. Where do you stand on, DK Metcalf and Garrett Wilson? Because to me, they are basically the same bet.
I don't disagree with you. I love the parallel here. I could definitely tell you I'm out on DK. Like, I understand everybody's reasons, but if you look at his per route metrics, they were bad last year. And dude, have we not lived through enough Arthur Smith pain? Like, can we just talk about that for a second? Like, everybody talks about every time we go to this Arthur Smith thing, and it's like one guy getting a ton of volume. Because that worked out well for George Pickens last year. It didn't. Because that worked out well for Drake London previously. It didn't. Dude, the only guy that succeeded in the damn Arthur Smith offense over the last few years is freaking A.J. Brown. And what we've learned about that dude is he's built different. He's a damn mutant. The rest of these guys haven't produced in this damn offense. So no, you can count me out on DK. And like, I absolutely see the points that we're making and drawing here between Garrett Wilson. And I'll throw this back at y'all. Who, if you're sitting in drafts, would you rather, off the hop here, Garrett Wilson or George Pickens?
George Pickens, not even close.
Damn right.
Not even
I'd
close.
probably take George Pickens as well.
Tedero and McMillan or Garrett Wilson?
I'm taking Garrett Wilson.
Oh, give me Ted.
I'm taking
Garrett Wilson.
So you want to hold up, Jay? You want to take Fields over Bryce right now? That's what you're saying.
It's not necessarily the bet I'm making. I'm betting that Garrett Wilson's
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. What bet
McMillan's.
are you making?
I'm betting
Bryce or
on the
Fields?
volume. I'm betting on the volume.
I'll take
Both are gonna get
I said
volume.
it last week. I'll take McMillan over Wilson.
But
I'm
I'm not that in on
I'm taking
McMillan.
Ted.
I don't think McMillan is going to be this 140 target guy.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
bet
there.
that. Give me that over.
bet
You
it.
want to take the under, Jay? Right now.
Yeah, if you want 140, I'm fine with that.
I'll
I
take
think
the
that's a
over
little
140.
crazy.
Give me that.
Okay.
Give me that all
Okay.
day. I'll take
You think
that.
140,
Yep.
eh? Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll ask you.
Yes,
because
sir.
again, I'm not so out that I can't be talked into it, but what is your case for McMillan? Because I'm not so sure. I think there's a lot of guys that can get opportunity that are like, they're good enough that they can get targets, but they're not so bad that McMillan is the only show in town. So what is your case for McMillan? And obviously it's a fairly bullish one.
I mean, dude, he was, first of all, people shaded him as a prospect. He should have never gotten the shade. They said he was too damn slow to go in the top 10. He went in the top 10. They said he couldn't sit here and earn targets in this offense. What has he done the entirety of freaking camp, dude? I mean, come on, guys. We saw him succeed. Like, anybody see the rep versus Derek Stingley? Like, dude is balling right now. You look at this offense, and last year, quietly, with Bryce under center, weeks 12 through 18, this was an offense that was top 12 in passing rate. Top 15, 12 to 15-ish in 10 zone passing rate. You zoom out throughout the totality of the year, they were 4th in red zone passing rate. Bro, when they get inside the red zone, it's Ted all day. Like, I'll come out here and say with my chest, he's got double-digit touchdown upside. All the shit that people wanted from Marvin Harrison Jr. last year, Ted's going to pay off on that this year.
I'll say this. I'm looking at the usage. Let's go. I'm looking at the usage. Y'all know what it is. Trust the Trinity. DDFantasyFootball.com. Trust it. This is weeks 13 through 17. Just looking at the usage. Adam Thielen was being used like an elite wide receiver 1, and he was getting you 19 points per game. I know it's this end of the season sample size. After that, you had Jalen Coker up next. Decent, Coke boys, baby. Decent usage, and he was getting you close to 10 points per game. So I think what you're banking on, JayRich, is McMillan assuming the Thielen role with Thielen there. I'll just say, man, Matt Harmon made a good point. We were on Yahoo. Make sure you check that out. I'll be on Wednesday talking through rookies, so make sure you're there on the live stream. Harmon and I were talking. He's like, the Panthers should just ship Adam Thielen to Minnesota. Send him back to Minnesota. It'd be a great fill-in for Jordan Addison. You allow McMillan to assume that role. You get Coker, more opportunity. You even get Leggett. Build around your young guys. Get Adam Thielen somewhere where he can be used the first few weeks of the season, and then when Addison is back, he goes into that wide receiver 3 role. I would love to see that. I think that is what you're betting on, JayRich, is if you're betting on McMillan, you're thinking that he assumes this Adam Thielen role that he occupied last year.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Can we also throw that out there real fast, Ray, that I think the best three receiver set for Carolina the way they should be running it. I agree with you. Ship Thielen off. Send him to, and even in division, send him to the Falcons. Like, you're not winning this year. Carolina, get you a pick back. Atlanta needs a wide receiver. Send him to Minnesota. Bye. They should be rolling with Ted as the X. Coker should be the Z. I want to see Leggett. Dude, his separation numbers in the slot. Make that dude a big slot and let his ass run away from people on crossers. I'm here for that all day. That's what Carolina should be doing.
All right. Let me ask you about a couple of other rookie running backs, and you don't have to speak about all of them, but if you had to pick between the Jacksonville Jaguars rookie running back Michelle Tuton, Ollie Gordon from Miami, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt from Washington, or Woody Marks in Houston, which would you rather have? 2025 fantasy football, Tuton, Ollie Gordon, JCM, or Woody Marks in Houston? D-Bro, I'm going to start with you.
Bro, I mean, like, give me the clearest path to playing time. Are we a trade or one injury away from JCM taking the early down role
boy.
in Washington?
There it is.
Like, I mean, I'm being serious.
There
like,
it goes.
keeping it real here. He's the RB2 on that depth chart. Do we not think that's right? Like in his role, because Eckler's not playing the early down role. Like, he is the direct handcuff to Brian Robinson Jr.
Correct.
We are a trade or a B-Rob injury away from JCM taking the early down role in that offense. So, dude, I'm just going to go upside in playing time here. Like, Ollie's going to have to contend with Devon Achane, and we know what that's going to look like. And Tuton, dude, Tuton looked fine, but that O-line is a worry. I thought ETN, I hope he gets traded or he's gone. Like, Tank is still going to be involved. Tank is the guy that was running out. He's probably the RB1 on that depth chart. And unless he falters, you're not going to see a clear path to volume, at least as of right now, where that team sits. So, dude, I just want the clear, easy path to playing time. Give me JCM. Give me Bill. I want summer and season of Bill.
Okay. What about your boy Marshawn Lloyd?
Dude, I love
your
Lloyd,
boy,
man.
Marshawn Lloyd.
My boy
can't
stay healthy, man. It's sad, dude. Like,
yeah.
Dude, when he was out there, we see the flashes. The talent is there. Dude, he just can't stay healthy, man. It sucks.
JayRich, who would you rather have? D-Bro said JCM. Where you at? You're going
Man, D-Bro, I think I got to agree, man.
Oh,
I like Ollie a lot. I think I am going to go with JCM. Like, and honestly, the tiebreaker for me, Ray, it's the offense. Like, I just can't with Miami this year. I'm sorry, man. Like, Miami,
you think they're going to be?
Suck.
You think they're going to be
Bro,
stank?
Ray, let's talk about that.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
What do you think the chances are that the Dolphins are the worst team in the AFC East?
Zero.
Because
chance.
I think they're probably
in the AFC East.
in
the AFC East.
In the AFC East. In the AFC East. Like, they're worse than the Jets, right? Because it seems like the Patriots are a clear step up. It's going to matter a lot what we get from Tyreek and from Tua. But outside of Tyreek and Tua, if anything goes wrong with them, or they trade Tyreek or Tua gets hurt or whatever, like, I think they are firmly the worst team in the AFC East, like firmly the worst team. So I will happily take JCM. I do think that D-Bro's point is very valid, especially with the reports that maybe B-Rob is being shopped around or on the trade.
I mean, there ain't no maybe about it. Ain't no maybe about it. When that shit comes out, he's out there. He's on the block.
That's what's being reported, right? I don't know who's buying, because I ain't buying. But
dude,
maybe he gets shipped off.
Can we go down a Dolphins tangent real fast?
Go ahead.
Can we go down a Dolphins tangent?
Sure.
Walk this schedule with me, guys. Okay, week 1 they play the Colts. Is that a win or a loss?
They'll win that game.
They'll win. They'll beat the Colts.
Okay. New England.
They'll
win or loss? I'm saying loss.
They'll win. They'll win.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
They'll
Buffalo. There we are. So that's a loss.
Yeah, Buffalo, they'll lose.
The Jets. They win in that or lose in that.
They win. They're 3-1.
Think their defense? The Jets defense will be good.
I'll give them 2-2.
They'll split.
Carolina week 5.
Win.
They can probably beat Carolina.
You talk about that. You talk about Miami's defense. I know, D-Bro. I know you're doing this. That Carolina defense is got some work to do too.
It is. I got more faith in Carolina, and then we got the Chargers, and I think that's a loss. So if they're sitting at week 6, and we're looking at a 3-2-3 win team,
probably 3-3 is fair.
Okay, so
it's fair.
Do you still are we saying it's a 0% chance Tyreek goes full AB and stuff in off the rails? If they're a 2-win team,
absolutely not.
The McDaniel stuff, like the drum is being pounded for his job. Like stuff can
His
go.
seat is
My
hot.
whole point here.
It just
If
gave
this
him an
team
extension.
starts off rough,
It just gave him an
Yeah,
extension.
but that doesn't matter, man.
Man,
Ray, you know his ass is hot right now.
I don't know if McDaniels makes it to the bye week, man. I'll say this, and if that's the case, if they start off rough in the season,
They close out.
dude, the wheels can come off of this real fast. This could be a full blown tire fire by week 7 or week 8.
But the offense is still the same. This is the same offense we have loved over the last 2 years. I mean, last year it hit the last year it stunk, but the year before that and the year before that, 2022, it's the same it's literally the same offense.
But is it going to be the same offense? Are you going to see Tua sit in the pocket and throw deep? I don't know, man.
Isn't that the problem, what you just said? It's the same offense. It's never evolved. It's never changed. It's never even really gotten better. NFL teams have figured out how to play against this team, and the offensive line is significantly worse. And I think that's why if they keep doing the same things, they're not going to surprise anybody. They're not going to move the ball as effectively as they once did. It's just a bet on Tyreek still being that guy.
That secondary is the worst in the NFL.
It's a bad
I'll say it right now.
Oh, it's
dude.
Bad,
they are going to get lit up.
I was playing Madden with Miami last night, and boy, if you get single coverage on Tyreek, all you got to do is hit Y, and he is wide open touchdown. I mean, it is money. Shout out to Shoney Boy. He said, not going to lie. Used to think that D-Bro was a hot take artist. Definitely come around to respecting the takes over the last year plus. Shout out. Appreciate the kind words, man. Appreciate the kind. Listen, man, we're going to have fun on these shows. We're going to have fun. We're going to entertain. There are going to be some things that are hot takey, but more so than anything, like we do, we're trying to provide some actionable information that you guys at the crack of dawn can want to enjoy and entertain and all of that. So thank you for the kind words. I really do appreciate that, and I'm sure D-Bro does as well. All right, boys, we are down the home stretch. Anything either of y'all want to get off your chest? Because they're probably, and I'm trying to remember. I was looking on Google with the new change to only 3 preseason games. Do we really see anybody play in the third one? Do any of the starters?
I think we could see a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. Right?
I think you probably see A-Rich and Dimes still go at it. Probably.
What are your thoughts there, D-Bro? What are your thoughts there?
Dude, so I went and watched both Daniel Jones and A-Rich's All-22 last night. I feel like it's still that's why I think we see both of them in week 3. I think it's neck and neck, man. Like you can make. There were good points for both of them and bad points for both of them. I mean, Daniel Jones, man, it's just the Blake Bortles show. Like, he'll randomly airmail a freaking second-layer throw where you're like, dude, you got to put that on him. And then A-Rich, I thought he played well considering, but, I mean, dude, when he's got to get past his first read, it's still an adventure. And, again, some of the ball placement was kind of like, oh. And, dude, can we go out small tangent here? That shit in week 1 was not DJ Giddens' fault. I don't know if y'all cover that. Like, that was A-Rich not knowing he's hot.
The sack?
He got blown. Yes, the sack. He got blown the hell up. A-Rich wasn't even looking to that side of the field. Like, you got a free rusher coming in that side.
Looked
DJ
like
Giddens was
Joe
running the
Milton
damn pass
this
route.
week,
He was
Ray?
supposed to be the hot guy out the backfield. A-Rich didn't even see it, so that wasn't on Giddens.
Yeah, because he was hoping his running back would pick him up. He wasn't even looking over there because he had trust.
That's not knowing the play.
That wasn't A-Rich's fault. I agree, though. I think both of those quarterbacks are playing week 3. I think they're both playing week 3, man. They got to play. They got to play week 3.
Hopefully,
D-Bro,
one of them steps up.
quickly. Rashee Rice, is he on your redraft board in 2025?
He is, man, because I think that with all the stuff that's come out there, like the NFL trying to push this up to 10 games, if his representation didn't feel like they had a case to cut that in half, or if not more, they wouldn't be fighting it right now. Like that, this would be over and done with. You'd have seen a Jordan Addison kind of thing. Like, just look, let's get it over with. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're going to sit here and like see this cut down. I'm not saying it's going to be cut down to like 2 to 3 games. What do you
predict, though?
I think he walks away from this with 4 games. I'll be honest with you. I think it's 4 or 5 games. Yes, I do.
See, I thought if
they didn't have the case, tell me if his representation didn't feel like they had a case. Why are they still fighting this shit right now? If that's the case.
Because we've never seen a 10 game, but we've definitely gotten plenty of 6 game suspensions, pleny of 8 game suspensions. Like that's happened, right? So there is precedent for that. So that's why, like,
the NFL
I don't think
does this stuff. Like, man, like, can we also say they do what they take this case by case?
Though,
yeah,
but if you're his representation and you say, okay, 10 is like we don't see 10. But if you can even get it down to 8 or 9, you should fight it, right? Like you absolutely should under any circumstance. If you believe that 10 is no grounds for that, you will fight an 8 or what the hell is this?
Everybody,
Rich
so anytime I bring up
Jonathan Taylor,
anytime I bring up Anthony Richardson, I get hit with the Ray DQ, and it's the Hey, Rich.
that is outrageous.
I'm dying.
What is that?
Ray, you gonna start dropping bars? I mean, I've seen the A-Rich music video. You gonna start dropping bars on here?
Yeah, man. I didn't listen. I wasn't listening to nothing.
Dude, the chat was being savage. Damn,
I wasn't
that's
listening to nothing y'all were talking about. That if you just type it,
God,
he's
dude.
got to be good. Or I mean,
dying.
there are. Look at. Hold on,
That's
Rich,
brutal, man.
JayRich, look at this one. This one. Let me show you this one, JayRich. This is the one I feel like somebody is going to put old GQ's face on.
You're gonna get memed, bro.
Look at this one, JayRich. This is the one right here. It's this one for JayRich.
Oh my god, dude.
That is brutal.
Oh my god,
right,
that's so good.
Hell, man.
That's
what
so
else?
good.
What else? We got 3 minutes. We got
Holy
3
shit.
minutes, man. The chat has been wonderful. We got almost
Oh my
3,000
God.
people watching. Hit the thumbs up button. Like the comment. Like the content. We appreciate the chat. Man, Fizzle. I'm going to lead a rap into you,
God.
man. We're going to lead the bars to Fizzle Dollars. Shout out to my dog, Fizzle.
Yeah,
But
shout out
JayRich,
Fizz. Love you,
as we
Fizz.
wrap up preseason, man, because what's it, about two weeks until the season? Because there's a week.
I think so, yeah.
After,
There's a week
after
off.
this week of preseason.
September 4th, baby. September 4th.
We're back in the building. Anything that and training camp is, I believe, officially over as well. Training camp is
Does training camp
ish.
end?
what they leave training camp and they go back home, and then it's just practice. Now it's just I think
guess
training
so.
camp is about to be officially over. So anything that you're just kind of watching, Jay, that you think it looks like Kevin Stefanski's going to name a starter for week 1 this week. So we'll see what happens. I don't think Gabriel or Sanders are going to influence that. I think it's going to be Joe Flacco. But anything you're paying attention to, and then I got one final question for Debro before we get out of here.
Honestly, not really. I feel like this week kind of clarified a lot for us. It's really just the Indy quarterback situation, as we kind of mentioned. We didn't talk about John Mechie being traded away from Houston because he probably wasn't going to make the team. So probably good for Jaden Higgins and Jaylen Noel. Debro, I know you love yourself some Jaden Higgins.
Oh, baby.
But
Jaylen Noel, moon.
and the only guy we didn't really touch on is Ibuka. Ibuka looks great again this week. And I think he's going to have a pretty decent role in that Bucs offense. But outside of that, I wouldn't say there's much I'm looking for. No, I think we covered a lot of it the last 2 weeks. I think we got a lot of our answers over the last couple of games and the last couple of practices.
All right, Derek Brown, we are going to put you on the Would You Rather hot seat to finish the show. You know good and damn well we got to find a clip for the socials. So we're going to go a little Would You Rather with your boy, J.J. McCarthy of the Minnesota Vikings. Mr. I'm so good, I don't even need to play in the preseason, J.J. McCarthy. Okay, JayRich, do you want to take this from a redraft perspective or dynasty for old Debro here?
No, I want it for a redraft.
That's what
I want to know how he's
thank
going to
you.
do this season.
Let's go.
This season, putting your ass on fire now.
I'm ready.
Debro, give
ready.
the people what they want. J.J. McCarthy this season or Caleb Williams?
JJ, not close.
J.J. McCarthy or Drake Maye?
JJ, it's close, but JJ. I got them 2 spots apart.
J.J. McCarthy or Jared Goff?
JJ, not even close.
J.J. McCarthy or Brock Purdy?
Ooh, that's the line. That's the line right there. But I've got Purdy one spot ahead of him.
That's
dude.
Brock
Purdy's
Purdy?
been a top 12, top 10 quarterback every damn year. Don't disrespect that man. Like let's separate fantasy from real, okay?
J.J. McCarthy
Real
or
talent,
Drake
it's
Maye?
JJ.
J.J. McCarthy or Drake Maye?
Oh, it's JJ. Yeah, I'm going JJ.
J.J. McCarthy or Bo Nix?
It's Knicks. I'm going Knicks.
J.J.
Thank
McCarthy or Dak Prescott?
Dak.
JayRich, what do you think about old Debro? You agree with those takes?
He's convicted, and I rate it, but man.
Let me ask you,
I
JayRich,
like Drake
J.J.
Maye,
McCarthy or Dak Prescott?
Oh, I would take Dak, yeah.
J.J.
I'm taking
McCarthy
Dak.
or Brock Purdy?
I would actually take JJ. I just want to bet on the upside.
Okay.
J.J. McCarthy or Caleb?
I think I'm taking Caleb.
JJ or Goff?
Oh.
I honestly think I'd take Goff, but maybe Debro, can you talk me into Goff behind JJ? Just because I think the floor is just so high for Goff. Like you're just in a good spot if you draft Goff.
You know you're not getting any rushing utility out of Goff. We know that. I do think we're going to get 300 to 400 rushing yards out of JJ this year. And you're looking at the offenses, like Goff hit, like, I mean, dude, if he's not running, he's got to hit like a 6+ passing touchdown rate. And I just don't know if that happens, man. Like, I think it's wheels up for JJ in that system.
JJ McCarthy or Justin Fields?
Oh, it's
JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
McCarthy or Kyler Murray, QB8?
It's McCarthy for me.
Debro,
I'm lower
what are
on
you
Kyler.
doing with Kyler, man?
I'm a Kyler
QB8.
hater,
Hold
man.
on.
Like,
say that with your chest. McCarthy or Kyler Murray at Q? You're getting McCarthy at QB16, Kyler Murray QB8.
It's JJ, dude. It's JJ, and it's not close there, dude. Like, I know what we're getting out of Kyler, and if you look at the rushing stats, they're not going up, dude. Like, you know what you're getting out of Kyler, and it's a whole it is a whole hell of a lot of roller coaster. Kyler was either god-awful and he was outside the top 15 quarterbacks in fantasy on a weekly basis, or he was top 3, and you never knew when to start him. Give me JJ. Like, that one is a chasm to me.
Hit the music. JJ McCarthy, Debro, or Patrick Mahomes?
For fantasy?
I'm fantasy
taking JJ.
football.
For fantasy football, I am taking JJ. Damn right. Damn right.
JayRich, clip it. Clip it, JayRich.
I can't edit the music out now.
I will stand behind that.
God damn it. God dog it. Let's go. Derek Brown. There it is. We appreciate you being on the show. Let me, Kyler, that's Joe's boy. That is Joe's boy. She did not like that at all. Stand on it, says Style Lee. Debro, you can find him at Debro_FFB. He is Fantasy Pros lead draft analyst, does a great job over there. Love Derek Brown. He is a friend of mine personally and of the show. JayRich, y'all know what it is, man. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And there it goes, the chat rolling in, right?
Bro, you're going to have to rename this show JayRich and A-Rich.
Oh, man. Let's go, man. We appreciate y'all being in the building. Thanks for all the love. Hit the thumbs up button, like, comment, subscribe, and we shall see y'all on Wednesday. Jay, we out of this thing, baby. Peace.